Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a haul and swatches of all of my new Coastal Scent shadows. I have a little bit of like, I guess you could call it drama, but it's just like, it was a really hard time getting these shadows, and I just had a lot of problems with the customer service and just the Coastal Scents brand in general. So I will be sharing that in here because I think it's important for everybody to just kind of know. But yeah, if you want to see the shadows I got, I did also get a palette to put them in, then please keep on watching. So my haul really consists of swatches and showing you all the shadows I did get. I purchased all these shadows a week before on Black Friday. So I guess I can kind of get into the story now of the trouble that I did have. I purchased these shadows, I think it was on like November 19th, November 20th, somewhere around the area. It was the week of Black Friday, but it was before the Cyber Monday and all that. So it was a good time before they actually got hit with a bunch of people. So it took me about a month to receive just this. I was getting really irritated that it did take a month. I know that it was the holidays. I know they were backed up, but it took a really long time. I kept emailing customer service, kept emailing. I've called. No one could help me. No one could really tell me when anything would be shipped. No one knew where my order was, processing wise. To me, they really didn't know anything. And for a customer that bought from them and also somebody who relays this information to y'all, it was very discouraging because I wanted to know where my stuff was that I purchased. Nobody never gave me a clear answer on when my stuff would arrive, when it would ship, where it was, if it even has been packaged, if the shadows were in stock. So that really just kind of set me off there. And then about two and a half weeks in, I got an email. It didn't even have to do with my order, where it was. Nobody even responded to those emails. It's basically someone saying, hey, these shadows you ordered are actually out of stock now, so you're gonna have to pick something else. So I was like, are you kidding me? It's taken this long for somebody to answer me and give me a response, and now I can't even get certain shadows that I want. So I had to pick a different shadow in replace of these other shadows, and I really wanted the shadow that I was going to get, which is pomegranate red. I ended up settling for like a kind of gunpowder shade, so I had to switch those shadows out and everything like that, and that was the end of that. I never heard back from anybody, never got a response or anything, and then one day magically they shipped. It took a month, but they finally shipped. It took about a week to get here. They were in a little box. The box is probably this big or so. I mean, to me, there was a lot of air. There was a lot of space in the box. So I was kind of worried about stuff breaking. The palette was in good condition. Everything else was in good condition except one shadow. The shadows that I will be swatching for y'all in here, it's a gorgeous shade. I absolutely love it, but it came broken. It is in the shade New Penny, and it came cracked. I was very irritated because knowing that it came cracked and knowing the time it took to actually get a response from their brand and their customer service, I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get a refund or a new shadow. But I was like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and call. I placed a call probably, it was when I got back from home from New York. So it was around like the 17th, before Christmas, before any of the holidays. And I placed that call, and I spoke to a very nice lady who seemed like she knew what she was doing, and she seemed like she was going to help me. And I had to provide a picture of the broken shadow, which I was perfectly fine with because it was broken. And I had to email to him, and she was supposed to send me the email that I would reply to with the pictures. Well, I never got the email, therefore they never got the pictures, therefore nothing ever got done once again. So a week later, I'm furious because it's like it was after the holidays when I called them back again. I basically told the guy, I was like, look, I've been dealing with this for about 2 months now. Month and a half. It took me a month to get my shadows. They're broken. I'm missing this, and it was just a very irritating situation. So the guy that answered me that second time, I don't know who his name was or anything like that, he was actually very helpful. He actually got me that email that I needed to reply to with pictures in like a day or two, so it was real easy. I sent in the pictures, and then I got a response. That email that I got the response from, let me pull it up real quick, that way I can read it to you. So I requested basically like a replacement of that shadow. I said, here's the broken item, the Hot Pot New Penny. And then I got a response that says, we apologize for the delayed response. We have been behind about a month and a half on communications, and unfortunately, since the shade is out of stock, because I actually didn't receive a shade also in my order, New Penny shade was broken, and then the shade Redwood Hot Pot was also not put in my box. So I had a broken item and I was missing an item. So it says that both items were therefore sold out now. Again, sold out, so I couldn't get the shadow back. They refunded me $2 because I bought these when they were on sale. And then I get a shipment notification from them. It is for the Hot Pot Pomegranate Red, which I originally ordered 2 months ago, and it's finally being shipped because I guess they realized, like, okay, so we can't send her new unbroken eyeshadow or the one that we didn't put in the box, so we'll just send her the one that she already ordered, but we couldn't give it to her because it's out of stock. So I'm just like, seriously? So I got refunded for those two, the broken one and the one I didn't receive, and then got sent the one I placed the order for originally 2 months ago. I was like, I'm done. I'm not buying from Coastal Scents anymore. That was honestly a headache in itself when I could buy from ColourPop, a Makeup Geek. I could buy single shadows from an array of other places. I loved that these were on sale, and I loved how affordable they were. I've never ordered from them before, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I don't know if I need to place an order in a very a dull time, but whenever they have sales like that, it's not really a quiet time. Everybody's going to be going to buy those shadows, so I don't really know. I may place an order again later on if they do have another sale, because these were all 98 cents. It's the only reason I did it. But it was just a really bad experience overall. I did not have a good first experience with Coastal Scents, honestly, and I was very excited for it. But yeah, I basically wanted to share that with you. If you've ever ordered from Coastal Scents or any other company and this has happened to you, please let me know down below, because I was honestly, there was so much miscommunication because they sent me 4 emails that pomegranate red shade was shipped, that they couldn't send out the broken one and the one that was missing. They had to refund me, and there was another email, the shipping notification, but nobody communicated to me before that. I barely got any responses. I barely got a hold of any phone calls. I had to leave my number multiple times. Nobody ever answered. Nobody answered the emails. So I'm just very irritated because of that. So if you ever had an experience like that, let me know down below. But enough of the rant. I would like to get on to the swatches, because the eyeshadows are good. Some are hit or miss, but they are good. So I did do individual swatches for y'all, and you will see them lined up to every other shadow. So the first shade that I do have swatch is called Pumpkin Pie. I got this shade specifically for a beautiful crease transition shade. I'm wearing a lot of these shadows on my eye right now because I did do a full face of makeup under $5. So the shade of Pumpkin Pie I really enjoy. It blended really nicely onto my eye, and I think it's a really nice transition shade. The next shade is a little bit deeper. This is called Amber Bronze. Some of these you'll be able to tell in the swatches. I kind of had to go over 2 or 3 times because they were a little patchy. Maybe they weren't pigmented enough, but they were still pretty. Amber Bronze is kind of like that typical bronze shade that I probably own millions of, but I just really liked it and wanted it. The next shade that we have right here is Gunpowder, and this is the eyeshadow I had to get the replacement for because they had sold out of the other one. So this is the one I picked, and I'm very unimpressed with this. It's not very pigmented. It's a very see-through, patchy kind of black shade. The Hot Pot on the website looked a lot different than this one. This one doesn't have the beautiful shimmers that the one on the website does. And like I did say, it does lack pigmentation, and you can see that in the swatch. The next one is Oktoberfest. This one was okay. I don't really... It's kind of like the Gunpowder one again. I got that Oktoberfest shade off Nicole Renee Cutler's recommendation. She has another YouTuber on here, and she does have an Instagram page. She kind of did a collab or sponsorship with Coastal Scents for their big sale, and she listed a bunch of shadows she loves. So I got Oktoberfest and a different green one that she liked. I'm kind of let down with Oktoberfest. It's pretty, but it's kind of like the Gunpowder shade once again. And then the next shade right here is probably the coolest and unique shade I've ever seen. It is called Sand Dune. It's almost a duochrome, but I don't know how to describe it. I don't really have anything else like it. That is why I did get it. I think it's going to be really cool maybe to highlight our inner corner with, or maybe our brow bone if we do a really cool colorful look. But it's just different to me. It almost looked like a little icy or iridescent. And then the next shade next to it is called Amaretto. Again, I like this shade a lot. You can definitely see which ones are pigmented, which ones are not, which ones can be a little splotchy or see-through. I like this shade. And then the one next to it, I am a huge fan of. This one is called Pure Bronze. I just could not get over the pigmentation. I'll even swatch it again here. It's beyond beautiful. I love how gold it is and bronzy. So this one gets 2 thumbs up for me. I'm a fan of this guy for sure. There are some shimmers in here that just blow me away, especially the one that I did receive broken. And then the next one we have is called Dark golden olive, and this one I just was really into like the dark greens for some reason on this go around, and this one is pretty. It does get a little patchy, but nevertheless is still pigmented. So on to the second row. The first shade I have right here is called Gold Strike. This one again is just really pretty and phenomenal. I really enjoyed this. It kind of reminds me of the other bronzy gold shade that we have. And then for some reason, I really got into reds and purples when I purchased all these single shadows. I don't know what it was, but I was like, give me all the greens and the reds and the purples you possibly have. That's why I'm really excited about receiving the pomegranate red shade, because it looked really beautiful online. The second shade we have right here is Spiceberry, and I mean, to me, this shade looks really, really pretty swatched, but there was a couple other red shades that I did receive, like the next one I'm fixing to talk about, that I was kind of underwhelmed by. And you can see it whenever I upload this tutorial. It will come after this video, but it was just kind of bleh for me. It wasn't really anything nice. The next one is called Wild Raisin. Like I said, this is the one that I was underwhelmed by. It just didn't really do anything to really blow me away or impress me. And then the next one we have right here is called Maroon Berry. To me in the pan, this one seems a little dry, and it does look a little chalky when you do swatch it. I do use a lot of these in the tutorial, like I did say. This is called Burnt Umber. I also got this off Nicole's recommendations. It is okay. It still comes off a little patchy, but it is a really pretty shade. And then the next one we have is Scorch Red, which I really do like. I used it today on the inner and outer corner. It's kind of like a cherry red, and I like how it says scorched because it almost looks like it has a little bit of gold in it to where it could be reflective. And then the last two shades we have right here is called Olive Wood, which is a really pretty matte green. I like this one. It's not as pigmented as I wish it would be, but it is a nice, pretty matte green. I just wish they could up the pigmentation just like a hair bit more. And then the broken one that I did receive, but I actually really enjoy the broken one, is called New Penny. It's a phenomenal, gorgeous, this like bronzy gold shade. I mean, the swatch that I did it's literally one finger swatch, barely any pressure, and it looks phenomenal, and I love it so much. Even though it is broken, I still will use it because I love it. So I think for like all of these shadows and the palette, I paid around like 21 bucks, but they are pretty, you know, I think they're a little bit over $1 for them regular, not on sale. And I think I paid like $5 for this palette. I don't remember how much this palette is full price, but I will link everything down below. That way you're able to find it if you are interested. But yeah, I will probably place an order with them in the future if they do have another sale. And hopefully I don't get the same response that I did this past 2 months. With their customer service and everything. Hopefully it's different, but they are good shadows, just hit and miss like you are with really any eyeshadow brand. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I will link everything down below. That way if you are interested, you can find anything. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye, y'all.